Milsurp Garage. Alright, so we're back with this Model 10. I'm going to go in for a little disassembly. There sure are enough how-to disassembly videos on YouTube for this thing, so this is really just going to be kind of like a, a little bit of a scavenger hunt for some numbers. Here's the info I got so far. I did find, aside from the assembly number, which is different from the serial number, I did find the serial number on the back of the ejector rod. So like back in here, on this back of the star piece here, I did see the serial number. Curious if I find one anywhere else. Don't really know how far I'm going to go in with the disassembly. Like to try to at least get the grips off, see what's there, the side plate, and I don't know, we'll take it from there. We'll play it by ear. I like to have a tray like this for these kinds of disassemblies, because these 3 screws have to be put back in the exact same spot that they came from, so we'll have to index them in here. I have a special tool here that was inside my Wheeler gunsmithing screwdriver kit that I'd love to be able to use. I got out some bits that would be, I fitted them for the screw holes, the screw slots. You always want to do that. You come through and you find that you match them all perfectly. And magnifying glass in case we have to get really close. So let's begin here. Really don't know. Don't know how far we're gonna get here, but look at that. Didn't even need the screwdriver for the grip screw. See what we got here. Let's remember that the screw goes in opposite side of the gun than all the other screws. So on this grip we have no number, and on this grip, oh, we do have something here. Let's see what we got here. 672993. And that is not the, definitely not the serial number of the gun or the assembly number. So let's catalog that. So this is the, which grip was this? This was the right side grip. So let's put right side grip panel number, and we have 672993. 672-993. Alrighty. And we have a number out here, 08988, which I believe to be the same as the assembly number. Yep, assembly number on yoke. Assembly number on left side grip frame. 08988. See if we got any numbers or anything on the other side. No, there's like a 7 down here. Some weird symbol over there. It's an X over here, a star over there, what looks like a C over here. But that's about it. let's see, I think I'm brave enough to get this side cover off. We might be doing all of our maintenance and oiling right from there. Amazing. I hadn't taken these out, I'm telling you. And this just, again, I always like to try the bit without the screwdriver, and this did come off. Now this screw supposedly is fitted to each gun. So you want to be careful with that guy. I'm going to index them in here. So as I'm looking at it, 1, 2, 3 across. So that one's going to go there. And then we have this one. Is that the same? I'll use the same bit. This one's likely to be a little bit... Nope. Came off with my hand. You got to remember not to snug these too much. It seemed like they just weren't snugged that hard to begin with. That'll go in slot 2. And this one looks like it's a little bit wider, but this is a little too fat. I'm gonna have to get another bit. I wasn't able to match this one perfectly because I didn't have it accessible. Gotta try really hard here not to be out of camera range. Take another look at that. Let's see. It looks like maybe this guy. Too fat, way too fat. Let's get thinner. How about this guy? Thins is okay, but too wide. Definitely too wide. Maybe this one would be best. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe. It's a little, this one's snug. Not really. That came out pretty damn easy. And this is a flat screw. A lot of people think that this is not the right one because it's flat, not like the others, but it goes under the grip. So once again, we have them indexed right across 1, 2, 3, so we don't mess nothing up. Now all we got to do is not knock that onto the floor, and we'll be fine. Now, can we just lift this side plate up without doing anything? No. So now, what everybody seems to do with these, pay attention to these people that know what they're doing, since you know, I don't. Let's get out my Weaver hammer. What's this over here on the floor? I don't know what this is. It's on the floor, it's plastic, and I have no idea what it is. Leave it in there for now. So this hammer is taking a beating, I'll tell you. It really is taking a beating, my hammer. But supposedly now, you kind of just whack on this and it makes it come loose. I've seen it happen. It happens for everybody else. Yeah, it is moving. Yep. Sounds like it came off. Amazing. These YouTube people, they know what they're doing. Now this you wanna lift it up, and it has like a catch on the top here, like a tang. So you wanna kind of up and out like that. Nice. That worked good. Wow, we're well on our way. So what is this called again? The side plate? There is an 08988 on the side plate. So let's just put it above here. Assembly number on inside of side plate 08988. You know, as an ex-NYPD gun, these armorers could have done anything with these parts, as far as interchanging them around and stuff like that. So I always thought it would be kind of interesting to see what was going on. And you know, I'm not really convinced this looks dirty enough where I even want a chance taking everything apart. To be honest with you, it looks like we could get in here with a Q-tip and really clean it out nice. I'm not really sure it's necessary to go nuts here. Let's play around a little bit. Stand by. I'm gonna get myself a couple of Q-tips. Good thing the bathroom's close by. You know, I don't want to let anybody down here, but I know you were looking for some action, but I'm really not convinced I need to be that adventurous here. It looks to me like it doesn't look like anything's varnishy. No, and I could do a really good cleaning here, just like this. But what we can do at this point, see, even the side plate here is pretty good. But what we can do here is we can get the cylinder off. That we can do. Let's get this back down. And we can take a look here. Yeah, just a little dirty here. There was some question as to whether or not this was original. I guess it unscrews the way you would tighten it, right? This is never going to happen though. These are very tight. But even better off, it's pretty smooth here. You really can't get a feel for how smooth that is when you push it like that. It's better like this, yeah. It's very smooth. It's not dirty in there at all. There's that assembly number again. And we can clean this up nice just right from here. There's no number back there. So let's see. I think I don't even think we'll use astringent to clean. I think that we'll just what we'll do is we'll get a few patches here. You know what? I don't even want to use these. Here's what we do. I'll get out some of these. These are nice. That's some of these nice. I buy these shotgun patches, right? And then you could take these like this. And you can cut these guys. Like that. Seems to me to be a better deal. The shotgun patches seem to be more of a bargain, you know? And we'll get this guy. Definitely should have my cleaning tools ready, but bear with me here. This is the most boring a roll gun cleaning video. So here's some good cleaning tools. This just flat, pretty sharp scraper like that. Scraper. The hook looks like I'm going to be doing dentistry here, right? And here's a screwdriver that I could use to put stuff back together. It's forgot about that one, but it seems to be right around the size that you need these. And that's a good type of screwdriver for this kind of work. And a not so sharp hook like this is always good to have too. And of course the tweezer. So what we'll do here, make sure I'm still on camera view, good. So what we'll do here is, we'll get one of these guys, a little sopped up. And what's good about the ballistol, of course this is a multi-purpose. It's interesting in the fact that it cleans and lubricates at the same time. So here in astringent, where I'd have to use compressed air and everything to completely remove anything that's like gun scrubber or something like that. Let's just wipe this around a little bit with the hammer in its fallen position. Let's get a little Q-tips sometimes leave a little kind of cottony residue behind, so you do have to be kind of careful with that and follow up, but they're a good tool to use for cleaning. Clean nice where the side plate goes, so we'll definitely get a nice reinstallation going. This piece, of course, here, I forget what that's called, but it's what stops the hammer from falling if the trigger isn't being pulled. This is going to be like a pain in the neck that it's going to bounce around all the time. So let's just take this out, clean it manually here out of the gun. And I'm going to put it in our tray in the position it goes on the gun. All right. Let's see. Let's get this patch back out again. Patch or two. Let's do a double. Set this up. Let's see if we can. So now that the cylinder's out, in order to operate the action, we have to pull the release back, and then we'll be able to cock it. Let's get it in here a little bit now. The hammer back. I was hoping to find it in this condition, and believe me, if it was all gummed up, we would definitely be doing a more thorough cleaning job. But I'm concerned a lot with keeping this thing very much in its retired from the NYPD look and feel. And I don't really even want to mess with it much. So I'm kind of glad that we'll be stopping here. I knew that was going to happen. I'm kind of glad that we'll be stopping here. That was like the ultimate flinch, right? And once again, we don't want to be getting like hairy lint all over it either, which is certainly happening a lot with these patches here. Let's get rid of those. I'm gonna get out my microfiber cloth here, and I'm gonna follow up here. I don't particularly like how that was working out, although this is much bigger I have a feeling I'll be able to do a little bit cleaner of a job with it. Yeah, there's really no gunk in here. That really looks nice. I think just a good cleaning is in order. Let's get a corner of this guy instead. I'm just gonna stick with the microfiber rag. Let's get in here really good. See, I knew right away when I was going to buy it that whoever had it cleaned it and took care of it good. Because all around here by the forcing cone, it's all nice. You know where you get a lot of gunk on these is up on top of the forcing cone and in this like corner right here. And this is all super clean. Only minimal amounts of stuff here. Let me get a nice brush. This is a good brush here. Let's make sure we're clean. Load that up with some Ballistol. This is a little dirty down here by the spring, but again, interesting, nothing crazy. Of course, you could say maybe the other side of the hammer is dirty, but I doubt it. The internals here look nice. Here's some areas of concern, like where the side plate went. Was there something? I thought maybe there was some markings there, but there aren't. That's just some gunk there, see? So there are a few spots. That's what we're looking for. And you have to figure it's like where the side plate goes, that stuff would creep under there. And that could prevent, you know, the side plate from seating back in right, so it's good to get rid of that. I don't really see anything up under this part here. No, that looks clean. There's a little bit of funk going right there. Looks good. Let's wipe it down again. That forcing cone looks real clean. This thing hardly needed anything, honestly. Worst YouTube gun cleaning video ever. Let's see. Let's give it a nice wipe down. Let's see. Let's take a look at the cylinder here. The side plate. That's right. All right. Let's get the body out of the way here. Work on this. There was some nastiness here on this side plate. Get in there good. Wipe it down. See if we can just hit the edge here. So this was the side plate that came on the gun. And what's interesting was, in my previous video, we had thought that that gas ring would have been on a 10.6 would have been on this part, on the yoke, and it was supposedly moved from the yoke to the cylinder. And if that were the case, we would not have the same assembly number on the side plate and on the actual body of the gun. So these numbers all match. So this is probably the way it left the factory. So I'm a little confused with that moving the gas ring from the yoke to the cylinder in 77 or something like that, because this is a 66. So I don't know if anyone has any insight on that. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Maybe I'm not understanding when that move first happened, or I don't know. I don't get it. Not getting it. But it definitely looks like it should be on the... I'm not dirty in there, but I'd love to get in there anyway. Let's take one of these. Get it wet. And let's use this to just push it through. Definitely don't want to scratch this, so let's change it up to wood if this fits. Yeah. Nice, that came out a little dirty, so definitely needed that. Let's get it in the small side. Nice. Nice and clean. And the cylinder. Come on, everybody, wake up. Let's go. Come on. Oh, yeah. This is doing good. We are going good. Alrighty. Let's see what we got here. That looks nice. Let's put this back on here. A little wheel right on here for the reassembly. Man, that feels smooth. Let's see. I need my glasses. Gotta pick something for right here. So what we'll do right here is we'll take a big brush. Patch might be too big for that. Oh, I like how tight that fits though, because that really serves for cleaning it well. You know what? I want to leave this together because it seems like it's more protected. Which one did I just go down? Forgot. Start from square one again. I think it was. 4, 5. Look, as clean as those looked. Now we're talking clean. Oh yeah, shiny. This is ready. Is the side plate ready? You know what I really want to, what can I use? I really want to get in this slot really good because that's where that bar travels. Just want to make sure that's clean. Looks good. Now, one more thing. It helps that these screws, let's get a clean one. I'm going to save that for the bore. Let's get a clean one. It helps that these screws, when they seat, and they seat up against dirt, you can see there's dirt in those screw holes. It's not as perfect as it should be. And you clean out those screw holes. See that? Look at it now. You see this metal of this, where the screw is supposed to seat against, clean. That's important. And you want to make sure you're not, no metal to metal contact there with it, but it's See, and I'm moving it each time I do a different screw hole. I'm moving it over a little bit. So all that dirt just from 3 little screw holes. And now look at the difference in where the screws seat. They're nice and clean. I'm just going to take a Q-tip and just run it in each one just to clear it out. We're good. And once again, doesn't look like we got it all, so it was good that we followed up. Now they look clean. You know what else? This hole right here is the pin that the hammer. See, the hammer, this pin here is held in place by the side plate is what the hammer is like fulcrums on, and if you look in there, that's a disaster in there. I mean, which one is that exactly? Let me line it up. Yeah, that would be this one. And if you look in there, it is a mess. So I'm gonna take the back side of this one I was just using. I'm gonna go in there, see if this fits. This fits in there nice. So let's use the back side now. Go in here and clean this out. See what we come up with. Yeah, see? Now that looks nice in there. And there's another one down here. That fulcrum is back and forth. What is that one with? Oh, that's the one that holds that bar. Let's get in there too. I think it's the one that holds that bar, where it's the trigger. Trigger mechanism, very good. Looks nice. So now we can put a little bit of oil in each one of those. Take off any of the extra. And you see, wherever you see marks that things were sliding on it, we'll put a little oil there. Alright, let's get ready to get this back on here. Sorry, I had a frame. Supposed to be cleaning it, and somehow I got some grit down here. How did that happen? Let's get that out of there. All right, looking good. So now we can be very careful. I'm gonna just put some drops of oil right where they need to go. That's what I like about this spray ballast oil, is you can be very accurate and without putting a lot. Okay. Make sure I haven't forgotten anything. Nope. That one back on nice. Very nice. Let's see that this screw here for the spring is, that's a nice bit. Let's see that this is properly tightened while we have everything apart. Yeah, that's pretty tight. So let's get our small bit out again. And let's, I guess we'll do these screws in reverse order that we took them off. First, let's check them first to see how they look. A good way to clean these screws is you grip it. Let's take a clean one. We got plenty of clean ones. You grip it in a clean, oily patch. It's got a little spray in there, right? And then you literally turn them. It's better to turn them as if you're removing them, I think, so that you're actually pulling the dirt out of the threads. And you just squeeze it as you turn, and that's what you come up with. So you're able to get any dirt out of the threads that way. Make sure these are clean. And you know, you're oiling it also as you're doing that. For right now, I'm not going to use the driver, I'm just going to use the bit. That whole like torque sequence thing, you know, once you like like put the bottom half of a combustion engine together by yourself, then you never stop torquing anything after that. Torque everything. Again, oily rag, you get in here, you squeeze. This part is easier with the bit and the driver. Get it in here and turn them as if you're taking it out. And we're looking good. Looking good. And the whole, how does this screw look? This screw looks a little, looks just a little bit torn up. And if we file it, it's just the slightest amount of metal pushed out of that slot, making it sharp feeling. It's almost like, you know what I think the best thing for it is? Let's screw it in. Nice. I'm gonna take a look here. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this very, very light hammer. There you go. not so sharp anymore. I don't want to go too crazy because I don't want to shine anything up. But just took that bar off there so it's just a little smoother. Filled in the slot just the teeniest amount. Less is more. Now this screw, you got to remember, you have to have this whole assembly together here before. This is what holds this stuff in. So let's put it in. So let's get a little oil on here. You know what we didn't do? We didn't get inside of this hole, and that's important. Let's check that out. Let's see what happens if we take a full patch here. Let's use the wood. Oh, got my pencil by mistake. Let's use the wood. Let's just push it in here and turn it and see what we come up with in here. Just curious. How far in does that go? It doesn't go that far in. I'm gonna pull out a little dirt on here, a little bit. Let's double it up. Let's wet it. And let's do that again. I'm not really gonna get it in here double. Let's use the thinner. Just be careful with the metal, but let's get it in. Let's get it in with this. Let's see if we can get it to turn. There we go. We just punched a hole in it, but let's see. It's not really even coming out dirty. I think we could safely say that we're clean in there. I think this is important here to really get a nice, to get that nice and clean. Let's take this brush. What a bore. Like a mirror. And I'd like to say that that's clean enough. All right. That's in place. Did we clean this screw? I don't think we did. Did we? Let's clean the screw. Don't think we did. It looked dirty. It was dirty. That's the little things. It's those little things that matter the most. And all this outside crud could remain on there. But as long as, to me, as long as little things like knowing that these screws are that was a little non-cross threading trick there. With screws like this, you want to be careful of not cross threading them. You turn the opposite way at first, and you should feel a click. Like every time it goes around and the threads have to match up again, it'll click, it'll click, it'll click. If it's a little sideways and you turn it that way, it'll straighten itself out after a click or two. Then when you turn the right way, it seats right down. Whereas if you just go right away to turn it in, threads might be off by one, and that's all it takes is 1-2 revolutions of cross threading and you dog the threads. So once again, go through these. A little snug, this guy, a little snug, nothing crazy. This guy, a little snug, nothing crazy. I don't think we need to go nuts with this side plate. I mean, that's how I'm going to leave it. You know what? I'll go through them one more time. No, we can go any tighter than that. Nope. That's it. It's about as tight as that bit would tighten them down anyway. What's left? Yeah, let's check function. Oh, it definitely feels smoother. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, that's a nice revolver. Let's take a look at these grip panels. What do we do with these? Nothing. These are scutcheons we'll clean out. You know, just so that they don't look gross. You know what I mean? We want to keep that just out of the holster after 30-year look, but we don't want anything to be nasty. And I'm not even sure if that's dirt or just no, it's cleaning. I was going to say that might be just some type of oxidation in there, but I guess those are brass. I just want that inside there to look like, oh yeah, that's cleaned up nice in there. Was I on camera there? I hope so, because that was a perfect example of, you just start to see the difference. I'm going to go back in here. There's still a little bit. I'm just going to go back in here and just spin around some more. Just take some time, back and forth. Just make sure you don't have any metal on metal. And let's take a look here. That's what I'm talking about. I like that kind of stuff to look nice. Let's do the same thing here. We got threads on this side. Let's just turn. Let it do its thing. Nice. Sorry, this was the side with the threads. This one just goes straight through. That looks beautiful. And that screw. The head of this screw is a little torn too, but again, I don't want anything about it looking any different, so let's just do our screw trick here with these threads. See a little bit of dirt in the threads, nothing crazy. Get inside these threads and just turn them out like that. Everything sticks in the rag. Nice. That looks nice. So the side that's worn goes over here. Since this is going to be covered now, let's get in here really good and give it a nice wipe down. You don't want any oil up against the wood either, if you could help it. There's nothing here that really moves anyway. This grip panel goes here. And this grip panel goes here. Let me use this guy. Nice. It was definitely not necessary to disassemble the whole innards. If you really need to know how to do that, you know, if you're that dirty where you really need to get in there and take those parts apart, take them all out and everything, it's possible. It's possible. It's nothing crazy. It's like a mid difficulty, I'd say. And you know, it couldn't hurt to have this tool right here. Obviously, I didn't need to use it. I should have showed you where it was that it goes, but you'll see plenty of those instructions online. But the Wheeler kit has it, so if you're uncomfortable about that one part, it shouldn't be bad. But you know, why should I take the risk of shooting a screw across the shop here? There's no need for it if it looked that clean. And maybe I'll use this thing enough where it would need a cleaning like that, but now cylinders are nice, everything feels nice and smooth. Let's put a little drop of oil right there. This feels much better. That was a little creaky, and the opening and closing felt just the slightest bit creaky, but now very smooth. So that's my cleaning job. And what a fine addition to my collection. I love this guy. That's an hour-long cleaning where I didn't even take it apart. Whereas I've seen 3-minute and 52-second videos of a complete disassembly. That's what this channel's all about. Just taking hours to do absolutely nothing but play with guns. See you all later. Thanks for joining in.
Yes,